Entra Urakenoforiata former finance minister Nana Akufo-Addo abemu Endra Yedneko immigration court US say wa overstay ne visa wo US memu nti the lawyers fight say yen deporti Urakenoforiata Ghana Endra judge no chance no your friend no Judge David A. Gadi ono tena asem so ena state prosecution no catch and say I think Endra asem ni nyina basically no ene say Urakenoforiata ne lawyer for pay bill e di amano make say o detention they say ya chinatum enti ne lawyer for pay bill e di amano sanka obetena fi na asema ibedi no wadi ekoye no ena state prosecutors na say state attorneys no can say there is an extradition request from Urakenoforiata the country Ghana say yemfa ne mra na or criminal charges are obefesi enti Endra court no deny ni bail court na money bail ya remand no into custody say one san dem until 27th April na on Samanti bi abebo so me say di animu Kenoforiata ebekwa kodem na waba judge no ama at state attorneys no up to February 19 say omonfa enkrata edi adanse say Ghana ban Kenoforiata beyin samano no omonfa eno emra enti April 27 no so a ombetena ne visa ensam no so no ma san so atena ne extradition case ni nyina ma atena so then the court will make a determination. The omu say omu wie a ora Kenoforiata wo ho kwan say obetimi appeal na conceiving the US Supreme Court na wa fight nsem no na aba but ade kakra bi observation kakra bi wo ho a Endra me ye say Kenoforiata ebiribia no shefita no Endra no ba no she tuntum krofo say ade no she tuntum detention atade say Ghana ye do to prison uniform no anu bi na ehye Kenoforiata wo de ebae and me share video no na me share ne course no even though mo ka asam no in camera che so mo kan wo den na me wie ye be kenkan ho sam ebae no ade ba ko pe ene ba madwene mu and obi otie mafidie me ka sa asemi years ago and a months ago abria na sa Ken must go no ebae no me be ka o ha say it's in the interest of Honorable Kenoforiata say sabre no obe free ho as finance minister na in his own interest and you see in the interest of every NPP member na owa ban mu say na obe conducting hu yi enti omo a ye kan ya no manti no ene ehun sunsanso aba make say ebi Kenoforiata de na aba ewo US na ye nyina yehu ene ebi edi iyoko any BNNIB any special prosecutor akwaniaba said the encolati see so which is very sad, very unfortunate. Nana ebinim wo hono mo a no mo fo say omo di Mahmoud Bawumia abro he said the omo ye nene no at the time na ebi fo say omo di Mahmoud Bawumia abro se anka MPP na wa ban mu a se anka Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ene wa ban mu a anka nya de ne Honorable Kenoforiata ebeka obi man su US na yedna to detention na ya remand no into custody for 3 months. Why na that who that say Kenoforiata will ever be remanded into custody for 3 months? Anka enya dia ebe crossi obia adwinpo that say anything of that sort will happen. But today, the man in white, onipa na ohwe Ghana yesi kasem so, onipa na otimi kase menko IMF ne menko IMF china ilevia ba say nyina no. The importance of political power. on say to me no efi ora kanofurata nsem no and efri MPP for nsem no wa hu ne kanofurata FM enya ono nko a ena make say Dr. Edutwum wono so wakọ Iyoko ho say na bi hobi na po wakọ hobi chema wuntumi de menka because ya freeze chema wuntumi ne asset nyina freeze ne bank account nyina freeze ne mobile money account freeze ne ntade a wo hye I freeze chema wuntumi ntade a wo hye I freeze ni nyina ya jeje say ni bibi ene ogina court assemble ko the same illegal mining case no ya chemu mienu because charges na dey abono no ene ya chemu mienu ene dey efa bia court A ene dey efa bia court B enti dakro chema untumi court anopa no na o court 4 awia na o court 1 no say court 6 na okoyia no just to frustrate the man enti o court Monday to Friday no break and where your criminal prosecution he must be present e wo court wo na no bia wan contem no ene nyese wan ko when you want them and no can no abeg na abonten when we dem want them no yes say issue bench warrant say nkonko chiche ma untumi. That is the essence of political power. And na omo businesses eguo omo ya yi omo di wadwumam because MPP lose political power omo contract ya twetwa mu omo say eniema bebre enkoyie enipa efa mu wuye abusua aye basa ni ma basa all because NPP lose political power. Me bacho endra me the video bi emao President Akufo-Addo video bi na anopay mesro ya kakra bi a ebebo o say better our conduct better our chances of winning the next election. And President Akufo-Addo asem okan no in 2024 and relevant today. Enti obi wo NPP mu na o say odi abra ya so many adobaba na wahwe oto obi wo NPP mu na ade a oye no na dwene say oye Bawumia na dwene say oye NPP fo a onwene hu kwa kire o look yira kanofurata menka se wadi fo menka sa mintimi so nka sa da menka se ne yeye no ede because me so me boss e ma ntumi atibi ho. But sabre no ene nkrofo ka say Ken must go no sanke bi otiase a eno free finance ministry obeye 4 years ago 3 years ansa na about to obeso a ebia kanema timi turning around ebia nka NPP a medu ba bi edu yi ba sabre no obia bunua gunasum obia se wontie omo e wotumi e kire tumi omo e wosie kire sei obia ye dia ofo se oye ebeyi and the NPP abedu ba bi adu. And even in this situation a womu a NPP for ebre won twetwede na NPP for ekobay ebi nsisai still na no yes emu no a and ebi guso a womu esemu se eyo bi se wafa ne ho adi a ontwen look NDC for onu se nipa ya chichi omu nyina na ye invite omu nyina no onu se ECG ye invite obi a ho so nim se ECG contract ekoko so eni yi containers yes ayira eni se you say ECG omu invite obi a so onu se ekoko board so eni man so ekoko so nyina sabi mu invite obi a e was kire nti obi a nya ne ho se wakopa che nti afa ne ho adi obi a nya ne ho se wapama hama chew in private and in public nti wafa ne ho adi obi a nya ne ho se ono mahama yira ye fine nti mahama yire beka bia ma no ejida no so ho no yeduru ho no mo a obana na abehu twata say nti MPP for mon conduct mo hu yiye ye koto aba na mo koto ena mo ye campaign ena Bawumia enam ena okan asem ena won so sukuba nwa na wo so kati cake ene ade na wo so wo de nam obi aye the campaign but otan bi wo ho de Bawumia chese ye tan no ama ase ye nya kra nka Bawumia no ye kunukura de afiri wiase enti akwasa akola bi a ye so ko school na ya onum se science grasshopper na beto draw the grasshopper and label the part na wasua grasshopper yi asua na wasua ho ade baba na okoya na ya kiro se ondro dua no label part na onka ho asem na if you start ya draw dua ni ya no shas ya no jump so and you know grasshopper also live on the tree na if you shas ya kiro grasshopper ho asem because you targeted Dr. Bawumia say ye penwa gunani agua kasema guniso ye gunufi but yenya entichema want to me kasa ya pa yakujina he's a liar who want to be president. He's a liar. Don't vote for a liar. But ye can liar. Ni ye kanipa on kanukra. It can never be. It can never ever be. Second Japan e kanukre esin Bawumia. It can never be. It can never be. And you know, sa conduct ni ye kan wasem unless say honorable kan Japan ni team no ma hu say honorable kan Japan aban o wini. Enti obekọ on this tangent na wasay mu so that by the time e be Bawumia as NPP presidential candidate no na NDC for those ya of voices and videos won bebo e de atia Bawumia na wasan lusu the next election na owi a watwa ne ho aba be kan say yan kan tem say Bawumia ntimi wini. Apart from that, there is no justification say obebe abe attack Bawumia in that manner out in be attack him no. Enti na Akufo-Addo say better our conduct, better our chances of winning the next election. It's better the conduct of the NPP aspirant. In fact, aspirant here echo election na why na kasa tuntuntum sa why na attack na yonko sa why catch them apart from here kan Japan wo shout him so do time e kasa kire Bawumia no why biem Dr. Brian Champo man no the bia fam no call yeah reasonably, and he has said it on countless occasions say or no Dr. Brian Champo Olusua whoever will be elected as NPP flag bearer or best support to send the pandiako. But be so na can Japan or some media imagine home. It means that he's not ready and willing. But when he paid Bawumia, but do you expect Bawumia and Crawford to say, "Oh, do you win here? This to come and support you now?" Hey, and the other bro, because Onyema who ye nyina no chita for no mu ye nyina kire say, "Munya ready say, munim sembe lusu, but munya ready say mu lusu a you come around the table na MPP de kwa cooperate to me." Enti ensemu no na mokoso a mu sei mu adeko. Enye sa na ye political party no any sa slot na babeda ho no, flag bearer slot na beda ho no, enye obia bona fide property, enye obia dia. Eye NPP for dia NPP delegate 209,000 no ene be kire enipa yemfa ne nkotena ho. Obia ntimi hunahunu obia yemfa nkotena ho. Obia ntimi mfa hunahunu nkotena ho. Obia mfa ntwanto so nkotena ho. Obia mfa hoye nkotena ho. Mampaniko se NPP for ntwabo wo bia oye full of tension na da bi opentokwa hwinte da bi enya no a NPP eye party a nimdiefo ene enipa ewo ahobrase enipa ewo domo man enipa conduct yom hu yiye eno tina so bi wa NDC mu na oye fine gentleman na Nkrofo o wudie na sanka wo NPP, and they keep telling no manebo amameka otiase no me Eastern region they keep telling no manebo ama say wudie wonye NDC ni wudie oye NPP ni sanka obafie. They keep telling the fine men in NDC say obi NDC mu na oye fine to say utum say ni pay refined person na oye gentleman oye fine gentleman o wo de sanka oye NDC ni sanka oye NPP ni obi wa NDC mu no conduct ni hu yie na okasa yie na say oye intelligent pa na say o de wonya NDC ni kura sanka oba NPP na obi wa NPP mu na o misbehavior na akasa o de NDC fo suban na wo mu o no revolution suban hwinte suban na wo mu enti e fa ne say na ebedu ba bi adwin eba ne say na party a enimdiafo na prema party no any obi a oye refined na oye gentle na edema party no afa de party na ba bedu ba bi a yesi yense party no na party no track record a oyi watimi holding from background no mo breso ebesi ene no afa de mo se yentungu na obi akeke medi party na nim mo ye ni say nye yie. The reason why NPP is one of the oldest tradition in Africa. We ANC in South Africa. The NPP tradition is stay forever. And say tradition is principles. Tradition is values. Tradition is core and yemebia. We NPP niya so done they do abontin. We NPP niya misbehave keke abontin. And the NPP must be guided and follow that tradition now. Course no omonananum esomu fitipa grant no mo bresoa de ababisi no the NPP delegate must be guided. Anya sa adachi bia no mo kwa hensamadro mo nananom babisa mo ne nti nam so a mo to sa principle no e de atwene na ene mo follow enema foforo. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia campaign no issue statement. Make statement na man no pay. But before that, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia akasa endra. Na momen koni enkokotie. Or say NDC for or ya aware wa pick intelligence. Say NDC for any candidate ne ba kon akwapam. Say opeki sa intelligence in the last week. Say 2 weeks ya na akadie. Omo di bedina tem egu ni hufi. No more adapting the posture say if you miss the man, don't miss the ball. Inti yebegu nanimu ase egu ni hufi. Even if omo winni sa election win, na Bawumia winni a na ye use sa name no e de etia no in the next election. But omo yenkotie Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia emra that's when no efe ba yen konsem no omo yenkotie mra.
Yeti anomabi ebeka nkyerɛ sɛ nansen a few days ago na yeti anomabi ebeka nkyerɛ sɛ 2 weeks ya akai sɛ yɛkɔ election omo de strategy bi eba omo ne yɛ nkrofo yi bi omo se omo be didi matem saa omo be twantro gu mi so 2 weeks na wɔkyi mi uni a ebe ndi mo nyinaa mo nyɛ alert mo bɛte nsɛm bebree ɛnyɛ no korɛ omo pɛ sɛ omo sesa mo adwen omo be didi matem saa mamu mfi yomo mongo ala mongo to abano emami enya saa mongo to abano emami we a yekui enye atem didi competition na yeko omo say omo nim say omo campaign no tonsum enti omo say if you miss the ball don't miss the man and na omo de atem didi eba me hono me so me fi omo ye be focus akodi inkunim January 31st 2026 la osha asema unka yepo omu de be show wenum edidi watem so aka se wo koshini we mu nyina ade a omu beye me so me fi omo na yeti anomabi ebeka nkyerɛ sɛ 2 weeks ya akai sɛ yɛkɔ election omo de strategy bi eba omo ne yɛ nkrofo yi bi omo se omo be didi matem saa omo be twantro gu mi so 2 weeks na wɔkyi mi uni a ebe ndi mo nyinaa mo nyɛ alert mo bɛte nsɛm bebree ɛnyɛ no korɛ omo pɛ sɛ omo sesa mo adwen omo be didi matem saa mamu mfi yomo mongo ala mongo to abano emami enya saa mongo to abano emami we a yekui enye atem didi competition na yeko omo say omo nim say omo campaign no tonsum enti omo say if you miss the ball don't miss the man enti na omo de atem didi eba me hono me so me fi omo ye be focus akodi inkunim January 31st 2026 la osha asema unka yepo omu de be show wenum edidi watem so aka se wo koshini we mu nyina ade a omu beye me so me fi omu.
All right, so we Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ena endro kasa na ose wate on the opeke intelligence in terms NDC for ni candidate ni ba aka boom na o catch on say enye atemdidie competition ena omoko presidential candidate election ibiem among for adapt strategy if you miss the man don't miss the ball, if you miss the ball don't miss the man eno na omo afa but enye ade ni nyina on do bi bu omo but so na me kan no mo fa statement ni mra nana komia atro krata ababontin patro biemu wait apologies to who to whom it may concern na yenhwe nti o say Dr. Bawumia letterhead and I was no bo hwa campaign bere mu nya nya Dr. Bawumia o issue statement rough nti we very important or say for immediate release 26 and January 2026 Canada Agyapong's personal insult on His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia are baseless, uninformed, and unwarranted. And also, Dr. Bawumia campaign has noted with great concern a recent video message by Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, a fellow contender in the upcoming NPP presidential primary. In the video, Honorable Agyapong is seen forcefully accusing Dr. Bawumia of making remarks regarding the health status of Mr. Albert Edubwahi and a so-called decision not to participate in the 1996 NPP primaries. Furthermore, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong unfairly branded Dr. Bawumia as a liar who is unfit for leadership. For absolute clarity, Dr. Bawumia has never made the statement that have been attributed to him. We asked Honorable Kennedy Agyapong to produce the video or audio evidence without further delay if he stand by these baseless attacks. In our political discourse, accuracy matters. Words also matters. Wrongful attributions have the potential of unnecessarily mislead the public and inflame tensions within our party. We urge Honorable Agyapong to urgently apologize to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for the false statement he has made about him. Dr. Bawumia believed that as leader, we must always state our views devoid of tantrums and personal insult whilst maintaining truthfulness, decorum, and restraint at all times. Nana Komia, a chairman, campaign communications, and we say Ashekrata. I say that's it. That's what Krata is saying.
Krata na Albabon Tinfi, Dr. Bawumia campaign team no one say. Womo enyan ntia ha dwen pa video bia Kennedy Agyapong a no oka woni a won mo frankatufo di bia no bi no eka efa Dr. Bawumia no mche video no mo no Kennedy Agyapong etwa tro atu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so a chese ha dwen ni nyina fa Professor Edubwahi na pom din ho o ka se enu ntino 1996 MPP primaries no antimi ankobi na Dr. Bawumia de nam cancer ebio Kennedy Agyapong chese animguase mu eni adwinboni mu wase Dr. Bawumia eye trofo pa onsem fata se yemano akanie dibia bia na sebe ye na manfo beti ase ntino omo pese obi hunu se Dr. Bawumia nyina ba bia enkan sembia etisa eninti omo kan kire Kennedy Agyapong se onfa video ana audio a edi adanse se Dr. Bawumia akoka bibisa se wogina so se one de wo kan nokure se dia no ka me de me kan nokure na se mo kan nya atora onfa ho adanse mra no se ya manyo se mu no pepeye ehia pa ensema ye ka eno nso ehia na se wo twa tro na wo ka semboni before bi ho a eno nso e won sunsanso a ebetumi e de basabasaye aba party no mu ento me no ka check Kennedy Agyapong se ehu behia se obepa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia echew ewo atura wadi afa no ho ase Dr. Bawumia ejidi se omaya kanyifu yi esese wo kan wasem bi a kire obi a obeka abra akutiabo atenie ene empuotwa bia enimu na baye nokwafo na wasema beka no so ebeto asumu na wonhye nkrofo abufu abra bia enti enseme wo mu no.
Okay, I see. Enti we ye ensemo a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the campaign team in the banner, signed by the chairman of the campaign communications, Nana Komia, and Odessa Krate, Eba Bonchi. Now, baby said, I think when the first time the campaign shall say, Dr. Bawumia issue statement responding to Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, any business accusations, allegations are almost against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the campaign team. So I think we know not a very, very important say obetimi edisa clarity ediaba. Entino Yeslamo abusuafo akalai misro mo hwe ade Eric na ho okay mo hwe ayiwe mame na okay say Dr. Nana Akufo-Addo can say better our conduct, better our chances. Na entro ho asemo a ye ka no but you bedu Nana Akufo-Addo a video no so but who say endra yetimi expose onabo kana Agyapong baby say ye ka enipa enka no kra ofa candidate for numu a contest election ya ni on kan say enka entropa na ye de kosa election media
obinya 95%
and onabo kana Agyapong na enka no kra pa
say tron ye de kwa obinya 95%.
yes si ye ka nipa ye si ye fa ye ntoba ma lie ade a onabo kana Agyapong obi a ye trofo papa and again Andra me bo video back on but enemenya nia ninyina so no menye no nti no pay ye bebo sa video no on say somewhere last year doctor say kwame despite eko bie automobile museum ano obi anu wi ape na mo kana Agyapong o ye campaign ni nua ba ko a one co school you see entra ordinam odi a trend delegate for
so do na
delegate for
mo go school okeka sa ati
na mo go school na mo go school nti MPP ba no ya mama adwuma anye ya mama hwe na media me ba me bebi anwumu a mo go school kura betimi aye na me nua ba yes on go school a one go school enso ne despite be automobile museum yi ono ne ko si ho ene light nyina no won ne kokoye meanwhile na onim say o twentro but you see in most cases no say o twentro sa no a enipa na me responding hwe papa bi wo amasaman bibi ntimi monidin na ono kana Agyapong akotena radio so but twa say tete ekeso no ho betwa oboa enso no oboa
na ontua 1 cedi kura
na ontua 1 cedi kura ema papa no ma twa say matwa ne ka me wo enso no oboa
na say ahemfo dia asase no ma no efre se wagizika dia fa ye de
na onipa no isa na obuo ni ade o ma onabo kana Agyapong ti besi ne wantimi ama abonti am ka say asem o kan ne ye den woboa but we die o say kwa me despite omo ya ade say esese anuonyam a ono wa bre no wa sweat no wa ye nadwuma no o ma won fa won tro no emmefore ho so they have to issue a disclaimer on the network and they had their presenters doing that. Chanope have putting the video together. Na ye montre TF4. Who is a liar between Bawumia and the Agyapong. But on ka video no engum na ye nhade Agyapong and the despite.
Let me tell you something. My younger sister, who comes directly after me, one mother, one father. When you tell her, Betty, let's go to school, she will fall sick for about 1 week. Yes. She dropped out of school, elementary form 3. I think recently you saw Mr. Despite new house with the museum. Can you believe that the interior decoration was done by my sister, who never attended the lightnings? All what you see there is my sister who did it. But when we were going to school and cramming, doing this and that, Osro book, Papa, and here we are today. So I
the Dinkai despite group epese ema amansan nyina ti ase se yewura Kennedy Agyapong said the claim bi ba se ne sister any designing despite automobile museum no ene despite group ema amansan nyina ti ase se no kura bia ni musa nemum eda ne ye launch no ye bia no ena oba ase ba se ono any designing despite automobile museum no de no kura bia ni musa nti obi biara wate sa asem no wabonten ana wakenkan wo internet so say yewura Kennedy Agyapong say the o claim say ne sister any designing despite automobile museum no kura bia ni musa nemum eda na ye bia no de obase but ninsa eni design bia mu nti say wate ana wakan ana wamu no social media ye gina despite group anamu e mama sanyina ati asese no kura bia sanimu. Nice.
Let me tell you something. My younger sister, who comes directly after me, one mother, one father. When you tell her, Betty, let's go to school, she will fall sick for about 1 week. Yes. She dropped out of school, elementary form 3. I think recently you saw Mr. Despite new house with the museum. Can you believe that the interior decoration was done by my sister who never attended the lightnings? All what you see there is my sister who did it. But when we were going to school and cramming, doing this and that, Osro book, Papa, and here we are today. So I
the din kan despite group epese ema amansan nyina ti ase se yewura Kennedy Agyapong said the claim bi ba se ne sister any designing despite automobile museum no ene despite group ema amansan nyina ti ase se no kura bia ni musa nemum eda ne ye launch no ye bia no ena oba ase ba se ono any designing despite mobile museum no de no kura bia ni musa nti obi biara wate sa asem no wabonten ana wakenkan wo internet so say yewura Kennedy Agyapong say the o claim say ne sister any designing despite automobile museum no kura bia ni musa nemum eda ne bia no de obase but ninsa eni design bia mu nti say wate ana wakan ana wamu no social media ye gina despite group anamu man saying that say no kura bia say.
All right, me da say Eric, nti that Godon matching.
Yeah, no minia.
That's it. Any Godon. Nti afi die. We is he we nko akeke. We nko akeke say so we dey na oti be catch say ba be catch Ghana for say ba Bawumia etrofo.
Ya bede nyame ase sade a chinye be hia. There we say embenfo say udi akokobon ye twa. Everybody be we kuma akoko papa o se de ben de review sir. Say de bia meka. Say Kennedy Agyapong e yisu bonsam tactics say ya na manfo say na ohyi. Anonya hyi kura. Because bonsam Bible say bonsam ni atro nyina nja. But bonsam timi ehwe esoro abofo anim. E ka kire o say Nyankopon na obo ye nyina no ene ne ba Yesu ni nipa nefo o mo ya bonefo o mo mpe o masem ese wo mo poto e de kire ese abofo e da abofo no nyamu 1/3 e de ba asase wisu endi kana Japan suban ne bonsam suban no difference wo mo no mi hu enim difference kura enim pon makasa bi wo mo na esa sa life no abonsam de transfer ho na bi na Canada Japan de ti asase wisu and I will continue to say this there be many opportunity bia. If say any pen to me in penny any atro to say enchre. She was say school winya and your man go school crana would your baba would your man not come for future no more. Nyansa wom. Obi a wan go school brofo na waka not. And so brofo na no mo de kasa. Would school winya no. Would you know manim and I will come brofo. Anka twi ka hausa ka enkran ka bono ene ka de keka ho no no mo say o me ko da hamufuo enso de brofo na no mo kasa ye na wa se enu guase bi ho ya na twentwen ye se urade fa ne bo a on to ntem but Kennedy Agyapong de we de that part group omo to bo ntem because omo no say said okay no wadi atro no ama oka obi a respond ntino ama wanya field day na oya de ope afedi enough is enough ye be me wiase nyina anya Ghana nko ehunu se oye kohwini onka nokre na omo be kan ye omo kan se diaso okan wo bua no be sinne kana Japan tia be wanu aka bibi
obe kan den
wonti kan he
we ya chi no fili gadochi bibi ani ho you know life
now we jira ho ka se Bawumia the way anu aye nanim esi ka se Bawumia ye liar na dum se akwana na kuma won ehwe ne mu no ya wawo mu ene ya ho ya ne ani bire wo no mu no me se bonsam de kura yes
ma menye we na femi Godon so abam na take Godon bite on that but of me the screenshot be of Ghana web e dey ascendo na yenhwe asemo a o say I cleared MPP's $3 million unpaid loan with interest in 1992. Kennedy Agyapong. na okenka story na Obekacho said the member of parliament for Asin Central Agyapong has been justifying why he deserved to lead the NPP. He claimed he has committed a lot of sacrifices for the party, including paying off a loan of $3 million with interest that the party contracted when the party had nothing in opposition. So now Agyapong said MPP for mo nyuhwe mo bra mo yada pa for no me mo kobo besia $3 million me Agyapong ena be disika e bae sa asem we eni party no na ase ache no ma som party no ba ko ene kwabereji Agyapong ena ono so ye presidential candidate aspirant pacho ora kwabereji Agyapong ona be Agyapong say o ma party no $3 million 1992 pacho what's he saying?
Only can I Japan?
Anyway, I was just talking about he was saying certain things about the history of this party.
Yes, what's your boy?
And you know, and then I did I just said it. Sanity because I was there. Name woho. Time I yes party. Me the name woho.
$83 million not the Bremen 92. No.
Kwame 1992. Who him $3 million in 1992? 1992. Oh, Ghana. Now bank na stated capital crisis. Bank na working at the time. Bank is setting up in 1990. Continental accept. Me a representative of Young Executive Forum. Our National Executive Committee. Me Alan Shamati. Say any possible say 92 we bread $3 million at Yanti. I'm paying him that yesterday. I've spoken to him. The biggest amount of money that came was £10,000 from the UK branch and $35,000 from USA. So them shown. And we should not distort history. We hear and say Nipa Bibri Abua party in diverse ways. But idea when you idea, Nemfa wano enka.
Also why into Adinanwaka?
No correct.
All right, may I say, we are in our quest to find out who is more liar than the other. No, and I say so. Can you ever produce a tape of Bawumia claim beer or not personally? Why ye? No credit.
I'm not sure. Say we a holy quest. Say to find out who is a liar or whatever because. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Ubieni who beat point one thing at him say Dr. Bawumia Ichantro. At best, do bit my can say and near ma Dr. Bawumia Ejina MPP dimu a promise say Ombea Magana follow Ibuon ma amaso. Kokuyano, can you attribute it to Dr. Bawumia say he's a liar?
No, you can't.
Say a cool Cape Coast. Not that about me, Ejina party and Nemuka say Yebeye Airport, Ama Central Region. And you're not about me, a personal promise.
Because it was in the MPP manifesto.
Of course.
And it was a promise made by his boss.
And what kind? And one of the party na yin is one meka. And Wabeka. How can you say Dr. Bawumia is a liar?
And Ubian himself budget allocations since when you're vice president in a
Dr. Bawumia saying when the fundamentals are weak.
Exchange rate to expose.
The exchange rate will expose you. Economic tourism. A factor. Adiano. No crenra. No crende. No crewachina. And this wakasa asemuno. Next year so exchange rate ne expose ye. The fundamentals na. Let's just where you throw for.
That's why no kwafo no.
Where no kwafo no. Because safa asemuno kaya no. Who sana na enyeyi, who sana china enyeyi. Well, come on, read the story. Be Eric no one say
Eric no, and you see the reason why in here, Dr. Bawumia somebody no current say, and the fundamentals of the economy no, a bit stronger than before. It's in exchange rate na
yes,
because there is a structure a new one na beka ho a gold for reserve.
Yes.
Any gold for forest.
Ya nita isi
na forest no e seed no e so also the fundamentals of the economy.
We gold ni free mu a
say pa be say back na sa gold for reserve ni gold for any so Dr. Bawumia na the buy
enti minima dia Dr. Bawumia personally say waka sembia fa obi ho na eye tro
makasa mama wi anama yi wi enye no kre
ebi ni ho
obi kan so akọ university bi wa Abrochi Fordham University ave pursue so fa certificate mi se manwie
o eno ano no kwaku Dr. Bawumia ka say Ghana card na ye no aba bet say Ghana ni a wa Abrochi ubetimi di aba o my Ghana aba be 90 airport asese wakaye na nkofo si Dr. Bawumia say afedi e wunya visa but wunya passport to put na Ghana card no passport beti de to kwai akoba bia asa de aba e Dr. Bawumia etwantro kwa kusana nkofo kan ba sala Dr. Bawumia kan ye yes anu kan ye wo say Ghana card no we are Ghana ni na wa ma no UK Germany US Canada Australia ne say wo ba Ghana kwa ku no kra ne say ya busuafo bebre wa Abrochi no umukuta passport mienu ebo kwa so umukuta back umukuta foreign passport ebo kuta British passport it is wo ba Ghana wo busuani pa na obeyo kwaku apia boaten and ebe amaburu wa na ebe enso no wo kuta Ghana passport etike so kwa je visa
ansa na otimi aba Ghana okutu eska na mumusama buru wa no kuta British passport o Ghana no wo ba Ghana so Ghana card amaburu e ba Ghana won kwa je visa biem sika no won kutu abiem and also duru airport wa was me Ghana card ni ye maneba ya Abrochirefo di evidence by as go for say Dr. Bawumia twantro and obetimi so de atukwa ko any West African country so
of course
ambenempa Collins Dada
ye pruning aya obia
ye je ne passport eto ho a na oye under
what Ghana card etu kwan
Ghana card ko Nigeria
so atiasi say go for say no obi ajo passport ato e do otimi ko Nigeria say hwe na Ghana card no the boy ya no wakuhwe story bi wazi edru baabi ana orobo kede Japan ne As3m Anas ene orobo ene kwaku ba kunya ntokwa hwe headline ni kwaku ba kun wins defamation case against Kene Japan memory di kakra we ye June 26 2020 was same the editor-in-chief of the New Crusading Guide newspaper Abdul Malik Kwaku Baako has won mucho Abdul Malik Kwaku Baako a Monfa Junior Ntwaso because Abdul Malik no enye ne papa din mucho Kwaku Baako nko adam de Junior Ntwaso Abdul Malik Kwaku Baako Junior has won his defamatory suit against businessman and member of parliament for Assin Central Mr. Kennedy Agyapong. Mr. Kennedy Agyapong had used words Mr. Baako deemed were defamatory against him, and in addition to that Mr. Agyapong had dared Baako to pursue a lawsuit against him. On Friday morning, June 26, 2020, the Accra High Court came out with its verdict and ruled in favor of Mr. Baako. The court has consequently given Mr. Kennedy Agyapong 30 days to retract and apologize 3 times on the platforms he used to defame Kwaku Baako. The damage was set at 100,000 with the cost of 30,000 against him. Kwaku, As3m new.
Say we try to ram yachino.
Honorable Kene Agyapong can see be the to Kwaku Baako Junior so. Waye galamsi, waye say. Kwaku Baako say asem na wo kan nyina e ntro na wutwa tobe so na wo boa. Wo kan ya wo say maka me didi me evidence until opa fa me court. Ana Kwaku Baako se me do be court. Kwaku ade ne court no ye friend no. Wanya evidence papa bia anfa ama. Ama court akase Honorable Kene Agyapong atwa ntro to Kwaku Baako so. Court no fine no 100,000 plus 30,000, 130,000 Ghana cedis. That's what can they say?
1.3 billion.
I don't feel it. 100,000 back. 100,000 back and 30,000 back. You couple man 130,000. Say what try to be so no. It's 130,000. Waku? A year say ya afraid was say about appeal. Appeal that's what conquer. Or quite appeal they say first kind of brands and there's almost about 50% of 130,000 at home. And see I know can say. Yeah, and the date is the 21st no. Records lecture say and someone Kene Agyapong ekafa Abdul Malik Kwaku Baako bian e ntro. obwa according to court records ya wagu wagu ba ko fi enti no nipa be no so no say and then obi ye liar say ka won say obi ye liar and ko what prove say indeed ba ko no so ye liar.
I said Dr. Bawumia team ni say onfa video kwa Bawumia gina so Bawumia kan dubu ahiasem na odu no onfa
na kwaku da bi hwa na ni waga na ha won mu say 1996 can I friend say Professor Dubu ahen any jire ko for contest hwa na enim hwa na beja bonta say je Professor Dubu ahen an contest indeed no kwesera na ho mfa no anopay me wi a ba kwa send me was say Africa Watch magazine yes Africa Watch magazine was send me excerpts no just that me pese ka me nya date no me ntimi read ye ntra Africa Watch magazine few years ago obi so ya was say copy of Africa Watch magazine to support my own comment on Dubu ahen. In fact, I send me excerpts no. Yeah, now say Dubu ahen boka che dey say ne ho dodo no na NGBA kwa obi free wiase. Was it be 6 years time no. NGBA obi free wiase no kwa was say I'll be joining Edno and the Yasantwa war veteran not more than a decade from now. Just okay can I just say he foresaw what was going to happen to him. Na what dia na wo mu ase obetimi de akọ contest no kwaku na ewo form ba ni nyina mu no 1996 20 years ago and then 2026 mu aye we say 30 years ago what has it got to do with and the politics
mese upo die Bawumia nka na wa ba beka onka sai
na Bawumia ka sa mpo wo de fast Dr. Bawumia ka sa let's say I go politics and so what
mese odie godonwe
but Bawumia so ka sa
ya okan nyina meti ase ba odi anka Bawumia nka na wa ba beka
eti kwaku sa video mbacho ya bobim do robo kede Japan ka sa asem say Dr. Bawumia twa antro me pese ye hwa adi bi on se na say adene sa ahye so ache eti liar no wo opportunity bi
na waka
na wo ya emma wo ya na wo pa bibi eni pa mi no so for makasa ya enyini yahu video ni bi orabo ye friend say the venerable As3m sabonsu waka sa asem no na chema wuntumi eso aka sa asem no so for mu videos ni yehu omo fa ba bia Dr. Bawumia ejina ka say na Professor Dubu ahen dodo no 1996 no wa contest no eno no omo fa samra say na Dr. Bawumia say Professor Dubu ahen 1996 na dodo no enti wa enti pull out of the contest omo fa sa video ni mra eni ba bia ba wo gina we so edi ka so bi frɛ ukɔ gina we so efrɛ obi so ba kwa nye trofo a kwaku na wa asɛm no enya ne kura no ɛna wo yɛ sɛ de wo yɛ trofo hene no na
adin
wo se sa asɛm no obi ka ye nti no e ba kwa nye trofo won deserve sɛ ye to aba man mo be president ba ye hwɛ mu so asɛ wo boa ɛne sɛ wo da wo yɛ west because it is one of our create asɛm no one wa create asɛm no ɛna wo de judgment ato say sa asɛm no asoma si Dr. Bawumia ka ye ne de wo boa enti nipa wo twa ntro wo wiase de won deserve say we are presidential candidate won deserve the vote of any delegate and approve say wo boa ya prove say asɛm kan no wo the evidence bia and they say the wa say wo ye bold dia ka kire delegate say me pa mo chawo say mi twa ntro etibe so mi deserve say to abama me
we so wanka kwa delegate na hu
the best ka kire wo mo
wo si obi eye trofo yes say fa dansidie bra adansidie bia ni wo say asem kra wo accusing person eye trofo wo so wo twa ntro
say wo twa ntro atoro so
enti obi o twa ntro to obi so ondo ye wudini hwe but obi o timi twa ntro to obi so bia ye wudini oh yeah because bia
twa ntro to obi so betimi
ekunu nti obi o twa ntro eto obi so bia no gono metimi abetwa da ntro fa da sebre ho ato da sebre so di akyerew ama wo ba wa hwe ya otwutu abebo da sebre kuna afiri wiase
and obi o twa
ntro to obi so bia no eye wudini
ana wo so twa ntro to ba ko no so abade tell ba ko no ma wo emmewo no now
what metimi abetwa ntro afa da sebre ho akyerew wo misa da sebre da but for the rest of your life only all wo da sebre ho adwumbone wo betimi kwa de aduro ato aduane mama na di ewu Into onipa otwa ntro to nua so bia no.
We wudini.
Oye wudini. Pacho mayenko bo kana Agyapong video ni yewi ebo As3m sabonsu de. Yewi a ebebo erekaje de. Yewi a na yabo na Akufo-Addo better our conduct. Na fi ya to aso. Yenko.
Never seen a liar like our former flag bearer on air. He's a liar. Said Edubuahin one contested because not oya. This man is a liar. Today I tell you he's a liar. You shouldn't vote for a liar. A man who is lying to have power. Wow. Won't hear the history. Edubuahin occurred 1992 and we winning. And occurred general election and we lose you. 1996 the former black flag bearer Ejine Kumasi Kasena Edubuahin Yare. Kufuor contested Edubuahin in 1996 and Kufuor BT Edubuahin Edebeye flag bearer. He was fighting to go on the post and they did not agree and we contested. I will pay power. Obi abedi o mining now to be detro e distorto history say mesra mamonto abama Bawumia obi a man ni claim so we a liar what the bar we a liar and the people are not going to vote for him. He's not a trustworthy person. When I heard him yesterday saying that, I said, what? A presidential candidate who wants people to vote for him will look eyeball to eyeball and lie. He's a big liar. Men na makachira bonde. We a liar. So Timiko General said na Edubuahin yare. Wow. Timesram Edubuahin was contested by Kufuor. And Kufuor BT, you know.
All right. Eric Medase, you will not even continue.
What's what share you? Yesterday when I was watching. Joshua, no man would be.
I almost on family. Yes, on family. You also share. What's what share? You see,
yes, what's what?
You video need to make trust.
Repressible.
Time. To me, that's a better to ask.
It's a campaign team, no. Crop make no power and fat your hair now. One petition.
Presidential election from the National Council.
Someone you
no, you see,
one forcing on family.
Oh, yeah, yes, you're more concerned. Peace party. And I'm saying who here, South Peace Party for so many. And to Quincy, I could not go for the friend who will fee. I'm almost insane. I'm an Agyapong. Nana Akufo-Addo na Auntie Becky, and of course, I catch a year and I'm moving and I say, Mube behavior. I'm by a luchum a behavior come. Brian Champon a behavior come. A woman and the Naya. So I able to the class to the air. Agyapong a behavior come. Bawumia behavior come. Unkwana omi
got him. And I would have to check bro.
As3m sabonsu, I responded to that claim. We quote your As3m sabonsu.
Ailing, but nobody. I never said that on account of that he didn't participate in the 1996 elections. I didn't say that. This issue was extrapolated by Chairman Wuntumi recently. I think about 3 days or so back, and Ken has pounced on it. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia himself has not even spoken to it. But then he makes the attribution to Dr. Bawumia, which is factually incorrect. So it's like wherever he heard it from. But let me state emphatically and unambiguously that it's not come from Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And even Wuntumi's statement, Wuntumi never said that Professor Edubuahin did not participate in the 1996 primaries. He hasn't said so. He hasn't said so. So I don't know where Ken is coming from when he's making this wild allegation against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. This fabrication and the launch of this spirited attack is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And rather, he has proved to be untruthful in this exercise. Dr. Bawumia never made any such statement, and even Wuntumi, as I said, who came and spoke to the topic, never made a statement that on account of the ill health of Adubuahin, he didn't participate in the 1996 primaries. Untumi didn't say that. That's for the records. Now, the other one that he alludes to is to the fact that in the Bokhu enclave, the recent elections, MPP did not garner any seats in the Bokhu enclave. The Bokhu enclave now has 6 constituencies. The truth of the matter is that we didn't have any seats in the Bokhu enclave in the 2024 elections, general elections. But that's not the first time. Kufuor's time, even when he was a sitting president, in the Bokhu enclave, we scored 0. Kufuor's time, we scored 0. So this is not the first time it's happened. Unfortunate as it is, we haven't abandoned the Bokhu enclave because we have won seats there before. But when it happens the way it has happened, and you attribute the cause to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, then you are telling us that you don't even know the history of this party. Again, is most unfortunate. I will appeal to delegates in the lead up to this election. What should be the acid test for selecting or choosing our presidential candidates? One is the vision of the person, the competence of the person, the track record of the person, the experience of the person in governance, the character of the person, the humility of the person, the integrity of the person. Let's look at these traits to assess them. We are looking at somebody who has that mental fortitude.
All right, Abusia, enti honorable say chairman Sabunsu, and I'm watching, and I say what honorable say chairman Sabunsu. Na say Ocean film on some honorable can Agyapong kind one. Na minimum. Maybe 2 videos. But you're more Erika G, NDC Erika G. If we are near Bo Mampani Kufuado, I'll say better conduct and if he a close chapter no for this. Erika J, what's he saying?
Agyapong.
Hey, suffer no.
That Agyapong. Agyapong.
This is why you're suffer. Onte.
Former MP.
I was sorry in the leader. I was my number. And maybe I came because so not 7 previous and Quasia for the Sunyame. We have the videos. Oko kan yesenya church na no attack about some individuals. No any ben na no wodi hu ade bonye for ewo esum no. Ne wo ensa nyina ngu so. Yankopon me I'm a Christian, meba obia ne faith.
Yes.
Say you, say enyu. Nyeje ene bebu aten anameboa because only one person and adakro bebu ye nyina aten. Utu ani so asofo so okroma saa every weekend. Now no there, we say asofo nyina mehira o. Now ka say Yankopon sa no oboge. Yankopon nya MPP ni o. Ensem a waka ne kroma. Obey neutral. Ensem a waka ne kroma. Papa penny mutimi video so na oba ne Pietro say that videos me hwe bia me se fem. I am saying so because emebu no na ye ba no ye nim de wo ye nim ochna. Me hwe ne video bi enche na no ada ye say onya president o so no the track of the president ye den ene o so pe president adi
say nipati
mesesa techreman pro. So any opportunity you get kasaye any opportunity you get kasaye, and the fact that me baby be enyuma me baby masa o me dada obi a okroma o party for na edi wachi ada bia o brag no do was na wa mo adwuma
and the MPP for the nobody am be cancel
ye be bo power yes ye be cancel me na me catch power no me obi a otia me som me ni wani hia da me ye Kristo ni mapa se Yankopon na nya mpa me ne de mi wo obi ye Muslimini a woye ne den the ogidi no so betna say attacking a religion. I will never side with you because I thought that you see under President Akufo the way na pressure kura okroma no na take solace in the Bible and ya so for woman na omotimi kasa say nkran e wi en nkran hyesem kra so for e kan musuro because ko kanabo ahwe ni ya papa be chiware o refi so devotee show. There was a program on the TV no na they attack us of one kwa okay.
Yes, at the time no say a cleansing.
Until no nya vision. and I buy a government project. President Kufuor na man say man. Say the unscrupulous ones in a woman when you are moving on the man. Obi, me dey make can say the eti o. Enti ye twen no maka ono ye bebo power. Say you say e okrum.
Mo so recording dey move obi.
Oh, yeah, obi ye bebo.
All right, Eric Mpacho, before so bebo President Kufuor video no. Ona kan Agyapong video ba ko ho. Me pese obo eno mami ansa. Wi a no abo President Kufuor ni awie on this chapter na fi yewura other campaign issues. Emunti Mpacho bueno mami.
Everything, Mahama, you are a fool. Me where Pasia Panu and Yonkuma Minimse, Mahama Jimmy Posa. You are a fool. Upatrabium. Me say, Wamushi Obia Maketa, Mahama, tell home to do. I remove his Amugana to organize it. I say, my dear, we need Bablo Latte, any Dunketia, any Akamba, any Baba Jama, send it for 5 weeks. Me say, any band, anywhere in the country, Mahama, never shoot you. I don't remember any Ghana now. What is going on? Mahama, Jimmy Fuagasa, was Siakwa, who, Cromfua, what we are Ghana, Sika, who, Akufuadu, you're nice. Akufuadu, you're nice, who Cromfosa. What is can go good Tamanajima? Who is there anymore? Slide move your about cheese can go good. What kind of nonsense going on in this country? And will be at you. A soft walk, a pushifu, let me declare, say Nipa winning. They are the problem of this country. I have told you several times, say, Ghana, one more didn't talk about Ghana, a soft. You see what is happening? Okay. You see what is happening? Mahama, try any band in this message. Men told me what Mr. Mahama was Jimmy for. Mr. Next time, would you miss it? I have a lot of information. Yeah. Mr. Mahama, Gablolate, Akamba, Baba Jama, Dunketia, will burn all your houses.
But with all due respect, I think.
What the other who? I'll give the command. Not bringing it down flat. I quit Jimmy for another who Jimmy. What a patch on South of 1 Still, the car no back could see what own Jimmy and go. I first one my coach in the castle. Benukobi, what a who Jimmy? What come? I don't see Mahama winning. What is going on in this country? And now, so for Muna election, I will declare elections in this country. Why? Now we'll be black master many because Ghana.
All right, Eric, may I say, see, as of for when I see I will declare, see the enclave to me declare man enclave energy. Hey, or my inconsistency, and we see, hold on. The inconsistency na a war system minimum. Any flip flopping, send a mocanis and any say adiano a word dia a ye, a will be dia a ye. You must be consistent. Na hypocrisy no adosu. By then you know, man penny I could for 20 before for. So I put 2 weeks. It's set to know near Bonum way, yes, no. Now, you did near first operator. Ti cassette in the Kemua. And they say cassette nakam. Or say, ya power ebay. Maybe some kwami jesi any new mumti we are power dear. Ye be some on Abu Agyapong. Say, won't ye be non fan to whom Mampena go for the kind. Mumia Kohemra.
Future of our party is about the success of our government. And the success of our government is about our conduct. Each one of us, beginning with me, President, through the Vice President, through the Chief of Staff, through the Minister Executives, the executive, the people we put in as District Chief Executives. Our conduct is what will determine the success of our government. Jointly and severally. If we conduct ourselves well, if we respect
wishes and aspirations of the Ghanaian people that brought us here today, and comport ourselves with dignity, with humility, as people who have come to provide service to our nation. That is the foundation that will allow us to build on victory upon victory upon victory upon victory for the future of our country.
All right, me da say, etino sa video we mama yen sende emfa nkoma honorable Kennedy Agyapong na odano sorano pa bia wo mo na onye ne conduct yin.
Former MP for Tama West FNC.
Honorable Carlos Ahenkra.
Aye. Said one the campaign manager ma Brian Champon. But mate se BBS o mommy enhwe say we jayos wo reassigned or something like that. Mommy enhwe mommy ni confirm.
Okay. Mate